Hello everyone, I am Sachin Haridas Rohne, Assistant Professor, Yashoda Technical Campus, Faculty of Pharmacy, Satara. In this video, we are focusing on the schedules to the Act and rules in the chapter that is Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 and the rules 1945. So there are two schedules given in the chapter. First schedule, it comprises the list of books of references for Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani medicine. There are 57 books of Ayurveda, 30 books of Siddha and 13 of Unani tribal system listed in the schedule, which are used for a different formulation in accordance with the provision of the Act. So it means first schedule represents the list of reference book. Now, second schedule. It comprises of the standards to be complied with for imported drug, manufacture of drug, their sale, stocking and storage, etc. It means second schedule represents the guidelines regarding the import, manufacture, sale, stocking and storage. Right. So these are the two schedules comes under DNC Act 1940 and Rules 1945. Now let's focus on the schedules to the rules. Now Schedule A. Schedule A represents the different forms for application to procure license, renewal of license and for all other activities. It means that whatever the forms which is required for licensing to import or manufacturing or sale or distribution. So every form is available in Schedule A. Now Schedule B. Rates of fees charged for analysis by COL or state drug laboratories. So it means that Schedule B represents the rates. Now Schedule C. List of biological and other special products governed by special provision. List of biological products, for example, sera, vaccine. It means that whatever the biological product that comes under Schedule C and other special product governed by special provision. So biological is the word which is represent Schedule C. Then Schedule C1, the list of other special products governed by special provision. So other than biological, which having a special provision, right, that comes under Schedule C1. Now Schedule D, class of drug, extent and condition of exemption. Right. So again, this is a different kind of drugs which extend the condition of exemption. Now Schedule D1. Undertaking of the manufacturer or his authorized agent required to be submitted along with application form for obtaining a registration certificate. So it means that if you want a registration certificate, so you have to take undertaking. That undertaking given as per the Schedule D1. Now Schedule D2. It is again an undertaking. So undertaking of the manufacturer or his authorized agent required to be submitted along with application form for registration of a bulk drug or its formulation or its import into India. So it means D2 represent the again undertaking for what? For the registration of bulk drug or its formulation or its import. Right. So D1 registration certificate, D2 it is the registration certificate for bulk drug, its formulation and its import. Now Schedule E1, list of poisonous substances under Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani medicine. It means that the list which is given in Schedule E1 will give an idea about poisonous substances that comes under these three categories, that is Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani medicine. Now Schedule F. Very important, requirement for the operation of blood bank and preparation of blood components. So what is the operation that is taken place under blood bank that governs according to Schedule F. Again the preparation of blood components like plasma. Again the guidelines given in Schedule F. So Schedule F related blood bank. Schedule F1, provision for bacterial vaccine, viral vaccine, anti-sera, diagnostic antigen, etc. Again, it means that the guidelines given regarding bacterial vaccines. So provisions, right, that comes under Schedule F1. Schedule F2, standard for surgical dressings, right. So guidelines regarding the surgical dressings, again it's a standard, right. So that given in Schedule F2. Schedule F3, standards for umbilical tapes. And Schedule FF, standard for ophthalmic preparation. So it means that this Schedule F represents the standard for many things, right? The Schedule F2 standard for surgical dressing, F3 standard for umbilical tapes, and FF standard for ophthalmic preparation. Now Schedule G, drug required to be taken under medical supervision. It means that this kind of drug definitely we have to take as per the guidance given by the medical authority. So it means the drug required to be taken under medical supervision. So this kind of product will not get on OTC level. Schedule H, this is the list of prescription drug. So whatever the drug prescribed by the medical supervisor, that list given in Schedule H. Schedule J, list of disease or ailment which a drug may not purport to prevent or cure, right? So this is the disease, right? So which is have a special provision, right? That comes under Schedule J. Schedule K, drug exempted from certain provisions related to manufacturer. Now next, that is Schedule M, very important, that is GMP, good manufacturing practices, comprising requirement of factory premises, plant and equipment. It means that whenever anybody want to set up a plant, so what kind of requirement should be there for formulating of any drug, that comes under Schedule M. So it comprises requirement of factory premises, then plant and equipment. So everything is given under Schedule M. Schedule M1, it is specifically for homeopathic preparation. Again, requirement of factory premises, plant and equipment. Schedule M2, cosmetic, requirement of factory premises for manufacturers. So M1 for homeopathic, M2 for cosmetic. And M3, it is for requirement of factory premises for manufacture of medical devices. So all this M represent the requirement of factory premises, plant and equipment. M1 for homeopathic, M2 for cosmetic and M3 for medical. Now Schedule N, this is the list of minimum equipment of running a pharmacy. So it means that whenever we want to open a medical shop, definitely the list of minimum equipment, that list given in Schedule N. Then Schedule O, again it's a standard for disinfectant fluid. So what kind of quality should be maintained in disinfectant fluid, that guidelines given in Schedule O. Schedule P, life period of drug, that is expiry of drug, right? So regarding expiry of drug, the guidelines given in Schedule P. Then Schedule P1, pack size of drug, regarding packaging, so guidelines given in Schedule P regarding packaging of drug. Then Schedule Q, list of colors, dyes and pigment permitted in cosmetic and soap, list of colors permitted in soap, right? So it means that Schedule Q totally represent regarding colors, dyes and pigments which provide color to the dosage form. So all this list given in Schedule Q. Schedule R, standards for condoms of rubber, latex and other mechanical contraceptives. Then Schedule R1, again standard for medical devices. Schedule S, standard for cosmetic. So it means that Schedule R1 and Schedule S, these are the standards. It means they provide the guidelines, so how the standard should be maintained for medical device and as well as the standard guidelines for cosmetics. Then Schedule T, that is GMP, good manufacturing practices for manufacture of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani medicine. So GMP, machinery, equipment, minimum manufacturing premises, etc. So Schedule T specifically for Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. So same GMP we also followed in Schedule M, that is for allopathic and homeopathic. Schedule T here it is for Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani medicine. Now Schedule U, particulars required to be shown in manufacturing records, raw material and analytical records. So it means that in this schedule they have given the guidelines regarding what kind of record we should maintain, what kind of information should be included in the record regarding manufacturing, regarding analytical, etc. So all the particulars given in Schedule U. Schedule U1, particulars required to be shown in manufacturing records. Then Schedule V, standards for patent or proprietary medicine. So we already know the definition of patent and proprietary medicine. So the guidelines regarding to maintain the standards for patent and proprietary medicine given in Schedule V. Schedule X, no doubt, psychotropic substances, right? Just like a narcotic substances, which provides addiction or which produce addiction sometime, right? So this kind of drug comes under Schedule X. And lastly, that is Schedule Y, requirements and guidelines on clinical trials for import and manufacture of new drug. So specifically, we just concentrate on clinical trials, right? So nowadays, clinical trials on the drug which is used on COVID is going on. So that comes under Schedule Y. So in this way, we have just covered the schedules to the rules, right? So thank you for watching.